Hi guys, it's Travis, and today I'm going to bring you an updated profile for the Cyber Dragon deck. I'm very glad that it's the most watched deck profile on my channel because it's my favorite archetype in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Very proud of the Cyber Dragon deck, and I'm very glad that you all enjoyed it. I hope that this profile, the updated version of the deck, does just as well. And I've been playing these Cyber Dragon cards since Cybernetic Revolution came out, so very familiar with the strategies, and I hope that this is going to be a deck profile you all enjoy. So I'm going to do the main deck first, as usual. Play 3 Cyber Dragon. No explanation needed. He's the big daddy. He's the boss. 3 Cyber Dragon Core. Your Stratos that gets you to Repair Plant and Cyber Network. Also an excellent machine duplication target. 3 Cyber Dragon Dry. Dry is excellent. It's a great normal summon. It's one of the best normal summons in the deck. Lets you set up rank 5 plays. And on the occasion, maybe a rank 4, just not very often, but decent attack points and just a pretty decent overall normal summon. 3 copies of Cyber Valley. This, once again, is a card that not too many players opt to run. I like Valley because it's an excellent machine dupe target. It gives you some defensive options on the field just in a deck that obviously once it makes its OTK push, if you don't succeed, you're going to be in a very tough spot. So it also gives the deck defense, and it also gives draw power, which is something that I value very much as a player. And the Cyber Dragon archetype does not have access to tons of draw power. So I do like having the Cyber Valley to give you that option to get new cards. I play 1 Cyber Eltanin. Cyber Eltanin is an excellent boss monster. It has a dark hole effect. It has the overload fusion effect. You can deal tons of damage to the opponent and you can wipe out their board. Just an excellent card. Lets you banish out your light machines and then special summon him, and his attacks based on how many you go for. Really, a Cyber Dragon deck cannot function playing this and overload fusion with Overdragon. So I opt to play Eltanin. I think it's a better card. Just as a one-of, because you can't really go wrong with it. If nothing else, you can make your opponent lose their cards, so I'm happy with that. And thanks to the ban list, we are now being able to play 2 copies of Honest. Honest is an OTK facilitator. It's very powerful. And whenever you have one of your smaller cards on the field waiting on a combo piece, Honest will allow you to get over your opponent's stuff. So that is it for the monster lineup. It is 15 cards. The cards that I explained in depth on the original deck, I probably won't talk about very much in this profile. Spells, I have 18, I think. I have 3 upstarts, no explanation. 3 repair plants, again, no explanation. 2 copies of Power Bond, lets you win the game. Make your Cyber Twin, Cyber End, and just OTK the opponent. Machine Dupe, really good in this deck because you can target your core to make Pleiades, and you can target your Valley to have super draw power. Or if you need defense, it gives you that too. 2 copies of Insta Fusion. I run 3 targets in the extra deck, being 2 Panzer Dragons and 1 Parapsychroid. So 2 copies is pretty decent, lets you set up rank 5s and lets you attack directly with Psychroid. 2 copies of Farid and Lance, so your cards aren't affected by spell and traps, and you can also use it offensively to reduce your opponent's monster's attack points. 1 copy of Limited Removal, the only one we're allowed to play. Limited Removal makes your big monsters bigger and your weak monsters, capable of dishing out some damage. But problem is you lose your cards in the end phase, so I honestly probably would not play more than 1 anyway. Then for Spell Trap Hate, I play 2 MST. I've been playing 2 MST in a lot of my decks lately, and I really like it at 2. I feel like 3 is just a card that I don't want a lot of the times, the 3rd copy, so only 2. And then the 1 Regeki because it gives you a little bit of... it makes you more even with your opponent because a lot of times with this deck you run out of resources and your opponent has plenty of things. And against Burning Abyss, this deck's going to lose anyway, but at least Regeki lets you clear their field. It also helps you when you're setting up your OTKs because it just clears their field so your monster can attack. So that is the spell lineup, and then for the 7 traps, I do have a personal tech that I will have to explain, but otherwise, pretty basic. 1 copy of Cyber Network, no explanation. 2 trap stuns, pretty obvious for the OTK. My personal tech in this deck is the Cyber Shadow Gardener. So this card's really awesome. It's really old. Go look it up and find it. I actually stumbled upon this card trying to build a zombie deck, and I'm still going to do that zombie profile. Basically what this does is during your opponent's main phase, you get to special summon an effect monster. Now this effects monster does not have attack or defense. When your opponent attacks it, it copies the attack and defense of your opponent's monster. So either they have to choose not to attack and keep their card, or they have to attack into it and waste one of their cards to get rid of it. Now the cool part about Cyber Shadow Garden that makes it so good with this deck is at the end phase of your opponent's turn, it resets itself on your side of the field. So no longer do you have an effect monster that turns off your Cyber Dragon. Instead, you have an empty field. You can still special summon your Cyber Dragon and make whatever play you want based on your hand. You might want to summon your Dry, go for rank 5, whatever. And then during your next opponent's main phase, you can activate this again. And they have to decide once again how they're going to get over it. Now, if they have floaters like Burning Abyss, it's not that huge a deal because they can just attack into this with one of their Burning Abyss cards and they can get a free effect in the end phase. But against anything else, it's pretty good, and it helps you in a deck that runs out of cards because you get something on the field that can protect your life points. It's better than cards like Cardia, Curry Bandit that just leave you wide open. And the last trap is 2 copies of Vanity's Emptiness. Not very difficult to play around this, and it's an excellent skill card to use in your deck. So I am now maining 2 copies of Vanities. That is it for the traps. There are 7 traps, 18 spells, and 15 monsters. For the extra deck, I am now playing 1 rank 4, which is Castell. I just decided that if there were going to be a rank 4 in the extra deck, it needed to be Castell because he's the best. For rank 5s, I play 2 Nova, no explanation. It lets you go into Machine Vision for free. It makes you have 4200 attack, which is great. 1 Crimson Shadow Armor Ninja, very underrated card. Basically, this card's super defensive. If you have it out, you can remove a material which puts your Cyber Dragon in the grave, which is also good. And then you can not be destroyed by battle or card effects, which is really nice. Instead of Zenmayo, I play 1 Durandal. Durandal is an amazing rank 5, one of my favorites in the game. You can either recycle your hand and get new cards, which is really good in this deck because you often have dead cards, or you can negate something, which is really good also. And then Volcasaurus, which is a staple rank 5. Just destroy one of your opponent's cards and burn them. Pleiades, probably the best rank 5 in the game. You just bring him out and he can send stuff away. And it's really nice because you can machine dupe your core, special summon 2 Cyber Dragons, and go into this first turn. It's really excellent. And then the last Exceed card is my Thunder Charger because you can just do damage once your cards have used their materials. So for the fusions, I play 2 Panzer, which are both instant fusion targets. I play 2 because if you instant fusion this and you don't use it, you still get to pop a card in the end phase. 1 copy of Paracycloid because Power Bond, you take 1600 damage in the end phase, your opponent has to take 3200 because he attacks directly. If you limit or removal him, they take 6400, which is almost game already. And it only requires 2 machines, so you can use any of your cards other than Honest. I play 2 copies of Cyber Twin because he's the best Cyber Dragon fusion, and you can kill your opponent really easily with Power Bond in this card. 1 copy of Cyber End Dragon, one of my favorite monsters in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I love that first edition ultra rare. Wish it were ultimate though. And then lastly is my Chimera Fortress. Just 1 copy. I don't play DNA Surgery in the main. If I decide to make a side deck with it, I'd probably try to bump this to 2 and only play 1 Panzer. So, yep, that's it for the main deck and extra deck. And I will not be showing a side as usual because the side is player preference. Please leave your comments in the comment section below, some feedback on what you think about the deck. Thank you all for watching the original Cyber Dragon video so much and enjoying it. I really enjoyed making it. And please go over to my video about the Q&A and leave your questions. You can ask whatever. Leave a like, favorite, subscribe if you enjoyed. And